is if a MT-09, this bike right here, is it a good beginner bike? And honestly, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, if I could go back and do it all over again, because I started out with, hold on, Kodak Black, 2005 or 2004, one of the two, R6. But yeah, I started out on a 2005 R6 that was honestly clapped, and then I went to a newer R6 that was a lot nicer. What's this guy doing? ...2005 R6, and then I got the 2007 R6 that was like a lot nicer. My first bike, they didn't even have a title. I eventually did get the title like months later. I basically almost got scammed. So I got you. That was a shitty one. Oh, am I gonna be a good Samaritan and wait, or I definitely really wanted to go in front of all these cars. No, I'm definitely. I'm just gonna. When I said I would do it all over different, what I would do is start out with a MT-09. So if that kind of answers the question about if I think it's a good beginner bike or not, I definitely do. And there's one huge reason that makes me think this would be a good beginner bike. That is the different power modes. So if you know anything about MT-09s, you know it goes A mode for like all out, so it's like maximum power, standard mode, S mode, which is like a regular amount of power, beginner mode. And beginner mode on this bike, beginner mode has like no fucking balls at all, even compared to standard mode. Like, it's actually insane. Like you could definitely, if you're willing to keep the bike in beginner mode and not go to A mode, then I think you'd probably be good starting out the MT-09 for real. And it's got the handlebars up high, so I'm not hunched over like I'm about to up. I'm gonna have to bleep that out for sure, but hopefully you get my point. I'm not trying to be hunched over my bike. And yeah, there is some downsides to the MT-09, like or just the naked bike in general, and that is like you're not going to have the high-end speed that you would out of a full fairing. Which if you don't care about going over like 150 and you're gonna just be riding down the highway like speed running, then you're probably it's not gonna bother you really. So yeah, we've got that answered. If you're willing to keep it in B mode, if you put it in A mode, that's on you. You never rode a bike before and you throw this in A mode, you might be in some trouble. I'll just put it at that. If you keep it in B mode though, which is beginner mode, you're gonna be 100% good. This has the power of like a 500cc in beginner mode, I swear. Once you have a few months or years or so under your belt in beginner mode, instead of having to buy a whole new bike and sell your old one, like say the 300 you got, once you get bored with it, you won't even have to buy a new bike. You'll just literally change the modes and you got a whole new bike. And you could gradually move up to A mode. You don't gotta go straight from B mode to A mode. You can go from B mode to standard mode and then to A mode. Which even me, most of the time I'm still in standard mode. Just because I don't like my throttle to be extremely touchy at all times. This is what you need to do. Get a MT-09. Don't flash it. Don't even put no mods on it. Maybe like an exhaust. And then keep that in beginner mode for like a year. Or like 6 months at least. It's and then once you get comfortable as hell with that, you can, like I said, just move up the modes and you don't even gotta buy a whole new bike. Look at all the time and money you're saving. I'm a firm believer in the MT-09 though, the whole MT series. Firm believer in it. I can't help you if that's the case. I will say A mode it's extremely quick on this bike. I'll throw it up on the screen. I'm gonna ask my Snapchat AI, because they keep it brutally 100. Pop up on the screen what that bitch says. And I think it's around like 2.8 seconds or some shit, 0 to 60. After riding that Grom around. The bike, just the MT-09 just fits me perfectly. Whenever I get a new bike, it'd probably have to be an MT-09 or an MT-10. I was thinking about getting a third bike, because I've got the Grom for the wheelies. I've got this for just like cruising or riding fast or going. You can do anything with the bike, other than like cut up on the highway like 160. It's like the only thing you can't do. I could cut up on the highway with this, but I'd be like going like 130, so it's not as fun. This thing is the most fun on like back roads or like back roads like curves. Yeah, that's what this bike is made for. And wheelies, which I don't do a lot on this. Holy shit.